hands. Like, that is what you have to do before anything. You guys, let me just tell you right now, I'm terrified. Like, I'm so nervous to do this. Like, the fact that Amanda said to me, and it was just that little piece, that she's like, I'm going to learn from you. I'm like, hold on. Student teaching teacher, wait a second. But that is how it works, you guys. That's how it works in our business. We all learn things and we share with each other. We learn from each other. So if you are a leader, if you feel that there is a leadership, like little tiny bone in your body, if you feel like you maybe aren't a leader, I still want you to do this exercise with me, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to take notes tonight on how we're doing this Zoom. And I want you to take this to your team, because the only way that you become an expert at doing these things that scare you is to replicate them with your team and to learn, and you're going to grow, and you're going to just learn so much and connect so much with your team when you do this. Now, I did this with my team maybe like a week and a half ago, and I see you bossed up ladies up in here. Thank you so much for showing up and for your support. I love you guys to death, but it just formed a huge connection with us. And we realized a lot of things. We had a lot of eye-opening experiences. So this is a different Zoom than what we've ever done before. I am so used to bringing the fire and bringing the Ash Nikki fire, right, to you guys, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to let you guys bring the fire within you out to other people. Because the thing at convention is that we are all coaches, we are all mentors, and we are all leaders, and we can help each other out. And we don't realize that we are not alone in all of these things that we experience in our business. Like, so many of us are going to have our eyes open tonight, and I can't wait to share with you. So the first thing I need you guys to do, the very first thing I need you to do is, I know sometimes these are kind of like crazy times, you know, we're busy on a Monday night, but I need everybody to take yourself and put yourself on video, okay? Because I want to see your faces tonight. I want you guys to see each other's faces tonight. And what I need you to do is take it off. If you watch on your phone, like on speaker mode where you just see my face, take it off. You don't need to see this pretty face tonight. All you need to see is everybody else on this Zoom, okay? So I need you to switch it over so you can see everybody, because there's a big point to why I say this. Okay, and so the very first thing I want to say is, please, you guys, we want to be as positive as possible tonight, okay? I get that there's sometimes negative thoughts that creep up in our mind. I'm like the biggest born pessimist in the world, but I'm trying to think more positive and always see the glass half full. Heck, the glass has something in it. Be grateful. So the first question that I have for you guys is, if you have ever had a struggle in your business, I want you to raise your hand. Ever? Have you ever struggled in your business? Ever? With anything? Now keep your hand up if you have had a struggle in your business and you're prepared to say something about it. It's okay if you're not, but keep your hand up. Okay, now Amanda, I need you to unmute somebody with their hand up. Keep your hands up so she can see you guys. Keep your hands up.
There we go. I'm trying. Oh, there we go. Karen Freeman, you're unmuted.
Okay, Karen, what I need you to do is share with the team one thing, just one thing that you struggle with in the business. I don't hear you.
Don't hear me?
Yes, now I can. Go now.
Okay. Negativity within my team was a really big battle. Because I'll just like walk away from it. Like, I guess that fight or flight, I'll just fly. And it was really hard for me to address that, and I had to get my upline involved. That's what they're there for, but I didn't do it from the jump when I should have. And like Eric Worre was talking at convention about cutting the head off the dragon. Like, I didn't do that, and it really, like, always nip that in the butt first. Like, don't let it grow.
Okay, pause. Now, the thing that I want you guys to remember with this is, I just want you to tell me your struggle. Karen's such a bomb booty leader. Did you hear her? She already answered like how to overcome this struggle. But what I want us to focus on is just the struggle. Now raise your hand if you have experienced negativity in this business. You don't have to be your team's negativity in this business. Okay, now keep your hand up if you have overcome this challenge. And then Amanda, unmute someone that has their hand up. And I want you to share with us what helped you overcome this challenge with your business.
Dee, you're unmuted, girl.
Oh, Lord. You weren't supposed to pick me. Okay. negativity as in I will send messages and they'll like be like cold message and I'm like, seriously, what the hell are you doing messaging me? I'm like, oh, well, you have a nice day. So what I have done to overcome it is I'm a very, what's the word, introverted, I guess you want to call it in a way. So it took a lot for me to continue messaging people after that happened to me a few times, because I was just like, maybe this is not the right job for me doing that. The more I got into it, the more I realized that this is what I'm meant to do. And negativity, I'm not going to allow somebody else's negativity to ruin me or my business. So I've kind of just, what has helped me, the question is, what has helped me overcome it? Self-development, 100%.
It's so awesome. Okay, so first that was the exercise. That was the exercise, you guys. Do you see how many people on this team that have experienced negativity in their business? The thing that I want you guys to remember is that you're not alone in this. And this Zoom call that we're doing tonight, if you have sideline sisters, get together with your sideline sisters and maybe set up a Zoom call once a week, maybe once a month, where you just get together and you talk about your struggles and and I want you guys to recognize how I said struggle at first, and then I related it to a challenge, because all it is a challenge that we can figure out how to overcome together. There are 100 and some people on this Zoom call. I know so many of us have experienced the same struggle and have learned how to overcome it, but maybe we're just not talking to each other. And I think we need to talk to each other more. I know we're busy with messages. I know we've got 20, 10, 100 sponsoring messages that we have to send throughout the day. But the reason that makes us so attractive as a company is the freaking sisterhood, you guys. And like, we need to just pour into each other, just like we pour into our following, just like we pour ourselves into our family. Like, we can depend on each other like this, and we can have calls like this where we help each other out and coach each other. So anybody else that raised their hand that's prepared to share how they've overcome negativity, maybe in their downline, maybe in their family, anybody else, and go ahead and meet them, Amanda.
Mandy Jo.
Okay, so I just started last week, and a friend of mine who's not even in this business said that something she was told was to go through her friends list and look at people that she's friends with, or those people we're friends with, and if they have more than 5 people that are mutual friends, to add them. So I did, and this one girl said, hey, do I know you? And I said, no, but I had just started with Unique, and I explained my why to her. And I said, so it's very nice to meet you, and hopefully we can get to know each other better. And she says, well, I don't accept people I don't know. And I said, that's no problem. I said, I expect no's. I said, this is part of life. It's a part of business. I said, but I appreciate you listening to my story. Not only did she add me, she also purchased off of me. So, yeah, I'm super excited about it. I messaged, my sponsor. I was so excited about it, but like, it's just putting yourself out there and trying, and accepting those no's and turning it into a good thing. So I was so excited, though. It happened today that I actually ended up getting the purchase. So yeah.
That is so awesome. So what I hear you say, Mandy, is that it was scary to talk to her, but you overcame that and you still have the conversation going. And as the conversation keeps going, then you have a connection. And even though she's like, I don't know you, no new friends, like she's like, who are you? What are you doing? And it's just great. That's freaking awesome. Anybody else that has had negativity in their business downline that wants to share of how they've overcome the challenge?
I'm looking. Let me see. Tammy! Hang on, I gotta try to unmute you. How cute are you right now? Tammy, Jammy, you are so adorable.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I've had some negativity on my downline, and like as a team, I've had somebody that just literally just spewed all kinds of garbage, about the team one time, and what I did was I just reached out to her one-on-one and just got to the root of it. Like you have to, I've learned that you have to build those relationships with your team. You don't, so my advice would be just to reach out. I reached out to her and explain things, and I used the feel, felt, found with her, and I just had to find out exactly where she was coming from and had to explain some things to her. It just turned out that there was a misunderstanding, with some things. And
So good.
so that's all you gotta do. You gotta, you gotta get to know, your downline, and you have to be comfortable with talking to them and discussing these kind of things.
And find the root of the issue. That's exactly right. Like sometimes
it's not the white elephant in the room. You need to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes we think, oh my gosh, they're attacking me personally. And it's really like, they're just feeling unloved in some area. It's usually what it boils down to, is they're feeling unloved in some area. And I like that, Tammy, that you ask more and that you have a conversation with them.
Yeah. And I understand that things don't always turn out for the good. I've had a situation before where I had to actually, kick someone out of the chat. I've had to block her.
Bless and release.
Because some people just don't get it. And, so I had to think of the rest of the team. Sometimes you just have to.
And if you guys aren't experiencing this right now, you're going to get to a place where you have a business, where you have a team of 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people underneath you. Like, it's going to be that way. If you are consistent with this and you stick with it, it's going to grow even further. So even if this doesn't apply to your right now today, take note, or at least just hear it, so that you can know how to overcome that challenge in the future. Anybody else?
Ooh, Casey.
Hi. Okay, let me get in good lighting so y'all can see the crazy.
I love the half face, Casey.
I had to be fast so I could get on the Zoom. So I was like, what can I do? So I am the negativity. I know I shouldn't be, but I have to overcome myself on a regular basis, because I'm still working on myself. I'm still working on my personal development, and I constantly have to tell myself I'm worthy. I am here for a reason, and everybody deserves to hear what I have to say. And so I overcome that in so many different ways, and some days I can't overcome it as much as I'd want to. But consistency and persistence, and just always showing up for yourself. It's more than just your followers and your fans and your customers. You have to show up for yourself, because you deserve this and you deserve to be here. And you can go me, because we're lose it. I love you guys.
That's so good. Which leads, like, that's almost another struggle, right, you guys, that I think more than one of us have experienced. And that's the fear of fill in the blank, fear of going live, fear of giving a sponsoring message, fear of like, what are some fears that you guys have experienced, or struggles in your business when it comes to fear? Raise your hand if you've experienced fear in your business. And then Amanda, unmute one person and they can share their struggle with fear.
Ooh, juicy. Okay, let me find a good one. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Let me see. Sherry Bradley. You go, girl.
Okay. So am I unmuted?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay. One problem or fear that I've had is I'm a salon owner, and I'm a small town, and I want to promote my business as much as possible, but at the same time I'm scared I'm going to run off my hair clientele with my makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to push it down their throat, or I don't want them to be like, man, I'm not going to go to her, because if I go, she's going to say, have you tried this 4D mascara, or have you tried this skincare, or you tried this or tried that? It's a fine line. I don't want to lose hair clientele because I'm so focused on trying to gain unique clientele, and there's always that balance that I struggle with finding.
That's so good, Sherry. Like, and if you guys don't own a hair salon, relate it to if you have friends that you've had with before the business, and you're maybe scared to message them because you're gonna think they're gonna be like, oh, she's talking about Unique again. You know what I mean? Like, how many of you guys have had that fear? Raise your hand if you have had that fear. Look, almost everyone, even Amanda is raising her hand. I'm raising my hand, I forgot, sorry. But every single one of us have that fear. Now keep your hand up if you've overcome that fear. And unmute someone, Amanda, that can share how they've overcome the fear.
I want to unmute Fiona.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Amanda. I just decided to hell with fear. Staying afraid is only going to keep me right where I am right now. And I want so much more. I deserve so much more. I am worth so much more. I came back from, I left convention, left to go to convention full of fear. Fear of a disapproving family who thought I should be home with my kids. Of disapproving, and this is something I can also say very safely in here, disapproving of a step family who thinks I am the worst person of the planet, and what would they think of me leaving for a week to do something that is all about me, that cost me a lot of money, worth every single friggin' penny. I came home. I am not going to live through fear anymore. I am not going to have my life dictated by fear. And my new mantra is ditch the doormat, step into greatness. That's all.
Oh, that was good.
And I'm weepy. Oh my God. That's so good. I just said to hell with fear. And did you see the very first thing that she said was, I decided. That was the very first thing that came out her mouth, is I made a decision. So every one of you that raised your hand that struggles with fear, I want you to know what fear in the fact that I just decided. I just decided.
Life is choice. You choose to stay down, or you choose to get up and stay up. It's okay to fall. We will keep falling, but we choose to get back up.
Yep.
Make it.
Amen. 1,000. I don't even know what to say after that. Anybody else have a way that they overcame fear? Raise your hand. And if you guys, like, this stays here, feel free. This is a safe place to talk about this stuff, okay?
Let's see. I want to hear from someone that I've never heard from before. Let me see. Okay, baby. Sounds good. My internet connection is so awful right now, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me see. There we go. Here we go. Sammy Johnston.
I would kill me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so like my thing goes back to Sherry. Like, I used to have so much fear that people would be like so annoyed by me by sharing Unique 24/7. I was literally just nervous about that. So like how I overcame it is, it's no different than me bragging about my favorite restaurant or me bragging about my favorite show. Like, I love our products, so that's what made me overcome it. So I brag about it, and I don't brag. I mean, there's a few products that I don't like personally. I'm sure we all have one product that we don't like. So I only brag 24/7 about 90% of Unique because I love 90% Unique. And people don't look at me like that. I don't necessarily like down people. You know what I mean? I don't throw it in their face. I'm just like, I love this, and they know I love it. But I also love Chinese, and I love Netflix shows, and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So they realize, like, and I share it. Like, I'm going out to Chinese, 4D. Like, I don't like, you know what I mean? It's a hobby. Like my makeup's a hobby. They know I love makeup. So like I just turned it into like I'm sharing what I love, period. I'm not looking at it as a business. I'm looking at it as I'm sharing what I love. So that's how I overcame it. And when you look at it as it's something you love and you desire, and it's a passion, you won't look at it as a business. And that's how I feel about it. And that's how I overcame it.
It's huge. That's absolutely huge. And so it's like with fear, you make a decision and you change your mindset about it. That's what I heard Sammy tell me, is that you just change your mindset about it.
Mindset's everything. Development helps.
You're going to be too much for people, whether it's unique personality or your hair color or the way you talk, or you're going to be not enough for people. Anything. That's just, and sometimes I think like if they're not for me, they're not meant to be in my tribe. They're not meant to be in my circle. You know, I'll love them where they're at, you know, like I've learned with this business, but they can't, the only thing that can shape me is what I think about me on the inside, not what people think about me out externally. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
I think Sonia's about to like rip herself through the screen real quick here. So let me just unmute her.
I wasn't sure if you were like doing a quick slide by. So I'm like, wave as fast as I can so that maybe if she does a slide by, she'll see me. I really wanted to speak on this because this was like one of my biggest fears when I first started, you guys. Like my biggest fear, and Amanda really helped me through it. And I'm going to pass on the things that she said to me to help me through it to you, Sherry. So it was the in-person stuff. It was me being afraid to talk to people in person. Like I was fine with doing everything on lives and you know, on social media, but I was so afraid that people were going to look at me or want to stay away from me because I was going to like end up talking to them about Unique, or I was going to push Unique down their throats. And Amanda said to me, but are you that person? And so I'm going to ask you that, Sherry, are you that person? Chances are you're not that person. You're not somebody that's going to shove something down somebody's throat when they don't want to hear about it. So I just wanted to let you know that intangible things, because like, yes, I didn't work at a nail salon, but I worked at a dental office where it was cosmetics, right? And so what I would always do is I would wear bright, bold lipsticks. That's how swagger came into my life, because people would always say to me, oh my gosh, I love lip color on you. And right away, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. It's from Unique. It's like my favorite stuff. I'm obsessed with the makeup. It just broadened that conversation quickly by wearing a bold lipstick. And if anybody ever talks to you about like you're a hairdresser girl, they're going to complain to you about everything. They're going to complain to you about their skin. They're going to complain to you about, so you're looking at problem solving. So just know that you're a problem solver and you have solutions for people. And so that was a mindset shift that Amanda helped me with right at the beginning of my business. And I think that it's important for you guys to know too, that like, no matter where anybody is in their business, that we've all gone through fears. And so just remember, it's a mindset shift, just like everybody has talked about, but it's, you have a solution for people's problems, and you always have your ears open for those people's problems, and wear a bright, bold lipstick. That's it.
I love that. Wear a bright, bold lipstick. Yeah.
Right. Amanda, can you share with us struggle in your business that we might be able to relate to?
Ooh. Can everybody hear me? Like, it's like lagging and glitchy for me. Is it lagging and glitchy for everyone else, or is it just maybe me because my internet sucks? They've been working on my internet, so I just want to make sure that you guys, I'm all good.
You're good right now, yeah.
Okay, but has it been laggy or anything?
Towards the beginning a little, but not since.
Okay, cool, good. Okay, so a struggle in my business. Oh my gosh, you guys, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about struggles in my business. Like, honestly, I could sit here and talk to you guys forever and ever and ever with struggles in my business. But I would honestly say, you guys, that my biggest struggle, you guys, like, we're so focused on the small things, right? Like the small struggles, but what about like the struggles as like within ourselves? You know what I mean? And so that has been my biggest struggle, honestly, has been myself. And so we all think about, oh, my struggle is talking to people. I don't want people to judge me. My fear is, you know, going live. My fear is this, that, and the other thing. You guys, those are the little things. Those are the really little things. Okay. My biggest struggle has been like growing into a leader. That's been a really big struggle of mine, growing into a leader and being good at it, you know, because stepping into leadership, no one is born a leader, you guys. Leadership is something that is developed. Okay. And so for me, I was actually thinking about this today. I can't remember what I was listening to, but something struck a chord in me, and it was like, I really wanted to come on live or do something somewhere to be transparent with everyone, to say, hey, like, listen, no one is perfect and we all make mistakes, you know? And so I think that for me, it's like the biggest struggle for me has been, you know, going through the things that I've gone through in my life and not letting them get to me, not letting them destroy my business, not letting them, you know, hold me back. And then, you know, obviously, like, going through and growing through the things that I'm going through. And so there were times where I allowed the things that I was going through in my life to affect my business or to affect my personal relationships, you know, like with people on my team and stuff, where I've made the wrong decision. I've done the wrong things. You know what I mean? Uh-huh.
They're going off.
What? What's happening? Oh, Shauna, you're not muted. That's okay. I was like, what? I thought somebody was saying Amanda. I was like, what? So anyways, but like, just recognizing like the things that you are going through that you're going to grow through. Okay. And I think that for me, it's been a really big struggle, just remembering and owning up to the fact that we are all human and we all make mistakes. We all do something wrong. We all suck at certain things, you guys, and we all are going to go through things in life. We're all going to get knocked down. We're all going to have bad days. And a lot of the struggles that I experienced were like letting my weakness come through too much on my bad days and allowing some of those bad days to hold me back for a long period of time. You know, because for me, like the biggest thing that I've learned from Eric Worre is that a lost day turns into a lost week, which would turn into a lost month and turns into a lost year. And the next thing you know, you wasted the entire opportunity. Okay. And so going through the things that I have gone through, you guys, I have allowed some of those things to hold me back. And I've allowed some of those things to kind of diminish my character a little bit and abolish a few of my, you know, a few of the things that I was really, really great at in this business. And so I've actually just come to realize within the past weeks here that like I used to be a different way within my team. I used to be, you know, loving. I used to send gifts all the time. I used to do things so differently. And like, my depression and everything that I was going through, all of my anxiety affected me so much that it started to affect my business. And so I think that my biggest struggle was recognizing that like I'm human, you know, and that we're all human and that we all go through things and that we all have hard days.
Hold on just a second. And I'm sure you probably know this already, Amanda, but everybody raise your hand if you have experienced a struggle in your business and it's been you feeling like you aren't growing into the woman that you need to be for this business. I just want to remind you, Amanda Lawrence, that you are not alone and that we have all also experienced that struggle. And I'm still there at many, many times in my business. And I think with this type of struggle that, and I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Amanda,
no,
but
I'm glad you did.
This type of struggle, it's little pieces. It's like you're chipping away at a huge iceberg, right? It's like, okay, now I feel a little bit more confident in my mascara application. Now I feel a little bit more confident in the clothes that I wear. Now I feel like I have realized that so much of my confidence stems from the way I feel about body, that I feel about my weight. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that I'm working on chipping away at. So like, for anyone that struggles with this, just know that this is a journey, mm-hmm. and you have to find joy in the journey.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that actually hit me the other day was like, I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk and like, he said, you know, and if you guys don't just like indulge and immerse yourself into some sort of personal development, like I just accidentally stumbled on this podcast and I just kept listening. And for me, it really introduced me to Gary V, and I've been listening to him a lot lately. And he literally is the cup of tea that I've needed. But he just said, like, we're so focused on our goals. We're so focused on where we want to be. We're so focused on, you know, not hitting our goals and not being the person that we want to be right right now that we desire to be, that we forget, and we don't understand that we have to fall in love with the process of getting to become that person. Like, it's a full-on process of becoming great. It's a full-on process of becoming successful. It's a full-on process of becoming your best self. You know what I mean? It's a full-on process to hitting green status or pink status, you know? And so there is a process that it takes to get to that point. There's a process that it takes to get to becoming a great leader. You know, there's a process to all of this stuff. And I'm not the best leader on the planet, you guys. I'm not the best. I go through things. I have my days. I have my struggles. I have my moments where I'm weak and I don't make the right choices, you guys. But you know what? Like, that's why we're all in this together, and we talk to each other and we communicate, and we genuinely are a family here. Like, some of these girls on here I fight with like I'm their sister. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just like, we're a family. And sometimes that's just what happens. You know what I mean? But the beauty of it, you guys, is that we're all in business together. We are all perfectly imperfect. And that's been something that has been my favorite part of this entire process, is discovering the fact that I'm not perfect and I am wackadilly crazy. And that's my favorite thing about my business, is that I'm allowed to be whoever I want to be, and I can be myself, and I can have my bad days, and I can share those bad days, and I can help other humans by sharing my bad days, and I can step into who I'm supposed to be every single day while I'm going through this process of becoming the best version of myself. And so that has been a struggle for me that is no longer, because I'm in the process and on the journey of becoming better at those things. So, and accepting myself, you know. Thank you, Ash.
You're so welcome. We could do this for 24 hours. Like, seriously, you guys. And I just want you to remember, like, how you feel on this Zoom. You may not remember any word that anybody said, but you are going to remember how you feel. And it's empowering and it's encouraging to know that sometimes you just have to talk about that fear that's in your head or whatever you're going through, and realize, and you can do this on your freaking live videos. You guys, so many people will relate to you when you just open up. I mean, you don't have to air all your dirty laundry. If you don't want to, you can. If you totally, but like, if you share and you're open with your following about this, people will come running to you. People will be like, what does she have that she has confidence enough to talk about something that scares her? Because I've been thinking about it for 25 years of my life, and I haven't been able to even talk to my husband about it. So do this all the time. Make people feel like this all the time, because this is what the bigger mission of our purpose, I believe, that we're put on this earth to be.
I agree.
I don't know where else we want to go with this. That's kind of all I have. But.
I want to say something. You just inspired me a little bit, like, you know, because here's the thing, like and you know, I'm very open and I'm very honest, you guys, with like the people that follow me and in my videos and everything like that. Like, I am an extremely open person. I literally, it's taken me a long time. I used to be so hard on myself. I used to judge myself, you guys. I used to try to be someone that I wasn't. I used to, you know, try to be perfect on my videos, and I was always trying to be someone else, you know. And it's been a journey and a process again, but like, I've become unapologetically me. And the messages that I get every single day now, because I am myself, and I talk about my life, and I share my struggles, and I share my wins, and I share my happy days and my bad days, you guys, the messages and the outpouring of love that I get every single day, I can't even catch up with my inbox, you guys, because the amount of love that I get every single day, and the messages that I get from people saying like, I'm so grateful that you are just yourself. Like, I've never seen anyone just be themselves like you before. Like, the world is always, people are always trying to be perfect. People are always so, you know, fake and everything like that, you guys. And so, you know, the messages that I get, like, that's what keeps me going, to know that like, I'm out there and I'm being myself, and just by being myself and letting other people in the world know that like, I too struggle as a mom. I too struggle as a leader. I too struggle with my business. I too struggle with my children. I too struggle, you know, I have my struggles. And I think it's really important for us to remember that we've got to share those things with the world. We can't try to paint this perfect picture that everything is amazing all the time. You know, if you're having a bad day, obviously talk about it, but don't go out there and be like, oh, boo-hoo, poor me, like, life sucks, you know. Like, turn it into a positive thing and empower the people that are watching you. Like, for me, if I'm having a bad day, I talk about it, and then I say, here's what I'm going to do. And here, if you're going through this right now, I encourage you to go believe this about yourself, and hear this about yourself, and know this about yourself. You guys, be that person that other people look to, you know, have fun and stuff, but be that person, be that light, be that window that people can look into to know that they are normal, and that everything that they experience and feel is okay. you know? And for me, that's been like a really amazing thing. So, and it took me a long time to allow myself to cry in my videos. Like I cry sometimes in my videos, you guys, like I literally just like let myself out. And it's hard to do that in front of all these people, but it's the most incredible thing. And it was the best decision I ever made when I did my very first live video that was like that, like 3 years ago. I just sat there and I talked about why I'm doing this business and what it means to me to spend this time with my family. And I lost my shit, you guys. Like, sorry if there's kids around. Ash, obviously you have your baby, but I lost it. Like I lost it, you guys, because I never talked about that before. And it's so freeing to let that stuff out. It really is. And so something that I know, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I can end it, Ash, or you can end it, whatever you want to do. But
Sonia, you have something to say?
Well, I was just going to say something actually about Sonia. If Sonia is like going crazy again, I was actually going to say something. I was going to say something about Sonia. So, where are you? Where is she at right now? I can't see her. Where? Oh, there she is. What? No, don't say anything about you. What?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to talk about you for a second. So the biggest thing that Sonia used to struggle with, you guys, in the very beginning of her business, and I think that the biggest breakthrough that she had, and Sonia, you can nod or you can go say no if it's true, if it's not true, but I think that the biggest struggle that Sonia faced in her business, you guys, was opening up and actually telling her story. She was like literally mortified to tell her story. And when she finally was like, I challenged her, like I'm about to actually challenge all of you guys. Sorry, not sorry, but I just feel like it's such a big thing and it's so important, you guys, for all of us to go out there. And this is what creates a movement for the entire company, you guys, is when we are all out there working together and we are all like literally just like arms locked, you guys, like coming together. We're doing the same thing. Like we're all out there talking about why this company means so much to us, why it's important to us, and we're doing it together, you know, and the world sees this outpouring of us telling our story and why we love our businesses so much and why we're going to own it and why you're never going to see us shut up, you know? And so for Sonia, I remember the day that she finally was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Like she was so terrified. But that was the day that I truly feel that her business changed forever because she was open, she was raw, she was real, she was honest, and she owned it. She owned it. She owned her business that day. She owned what this has done for her, and she owned why she was never going to stop. And I think that that day was like the biggest day of her entire life, probably. And so I would like to close this and say this, that I love you all and I believe in every single one of you. Ash, Nikki, thank you so freaking much for running this Zoom. Like you taught me so much on here. And take this, you guys, and do this with your teams. Like as your team grows, like do this with your teams, you guys. But I encourage you guys to choose a day, like tomorrow or something, choose a day where you just decide to say like, enough is enough. This fear is BS. It's literally just a 4-letter word. I'm going to go live, and maybe we all do it tomorrow. Maybe every single person on this team goes live tomorrow with like a hashtag and we all tell our story, you know, like hashtag my warrior why. Okay. Maybe every single person tomorrow on Tuesday does this, and we all literally overpower our fears with strength and just we go and we do it and we tell our story and we talk about why this is so important to us, you know, even if it's just a small toned down version. I really want to see like a public my warrior why video from every single person on this video so that we can band together and start to create a movement of sharing with the world why they can do this too and why it could really change their life, because it's changed ours so much. So if you guys are willing to do that, I would love to see my warrior why in the comments over here in the chat so that we can create this movement. I think it's going to be a really incredible thing. The world needs to see more honesty, more rawness, more love, more passion, you know, for this. And if we're all just showing up and doing our makeup every day without any substance and passion, you guys, then where are we going to get, you know, where are we going to get? No one's going to know the true meaning behind this, you know, and people join for culture and connection. So let's start creating it more often. Okay. So Ash, I love you. Fiona and Tammy and Sonia and all the girls, you guys that spoke tonight and were brave enough to be here with us, you guys, like I'm really grateful that you rose your hand. I would love to keep doing Zooms like this. I thought it was really powerful and remarkable. So I just want to say I love you guys. I'm grateful that you spent your 45 minutes here with us tonight, and I can't wait for the next one, you guys. So have the best night ever, and I will post the replay on our Makeup Moguls YouTube and in Lash Out Loud. Okay, good night, you guys. Love you.